On behalf of With You and Feynman, let me welcome you for this set of video sessions. Before I start anything on technical ground, let me just introduce what is the reason behind this set of videos. Purpose number one, to make you people ready to face the interview for product companies or the following interviewing companies. Second, to give you the confidence that anybody can learn something that has been created by human being, created by a co-human being. Anything created by a co-human being should be understandable to everybody if taken the correct measures. When you do that, it improves your confidence, and these sessions have not been created to make it complete spread of the knowledge. Instead, it gives you the confidence to take up and go towards the further knowledge. It will help you, it'll cause you to learn further. That is the objective of this set of session. This is not one, and it is just not going to be purely on programming languages. We do have sessions on programming languages. We will have sessions on operating system concepts. We'll have sessions on computer architecture. We'll have sessions on database management system. We'll have sessions on internet architecture. We'll have sessions on networking, sessions on algorithms, and so on. In this session, we are here to learn about a concept called caching. During the days when I was conducting interviews, if I ask a question, what is a cache? 99.9% of the candidates would answer this cache is related to the CPU, the microprocessor, and it is called as L1. It is used for better performance of the CPU. If I probe further, people might talk about cache hit or cache miss and so on. But nobody ever talks about that this is something related to a concept. So before we step inside this, let us understand what is this cache. What does the dictionary say? It says you're supposed to sound it like cache. The spelling is C-A-C-H-E, sounded like cache. Second, do not, of course, obvious, I shouldn't say like you don't say catch or catchy or cache. It is correct pronunciation is cache. And what is the purpose? One dictionary says store away in hiding, which means store it away but keep it safe so that other people will not be able to have a look at it for future use. So another dictionary had said a hidden store of things or the place where they are kept is called as cache. But remember, the hidden is very, very important so that it is not easily accessible by everybody. And it is not a word that has been coined by this particular industry. This has been there from 18th century, a French word. It means to hide. So we have known, this is how you start learning, because just because we are learning under a domain doesn't mean that it has been coined for that particular domain by that particular domain. It need not be. It is a concept. Storing it for future usage, and hidden. Simple. Store it for future usage, hidden. Now, where can this be implemented and why should this be implemented? This implementation can be required for hardware or it can be for software. For hardware, it is required for a central processing unit. It can store data as well as instructions to be kept in the cache so that it improvises the performance. For software, web server or browsers can use cache, and it can be used by programs for memorization. Right? So I'm not here to talk about every single topic in detail. Let me just show you what is the requirement of storing this. Let's just have a look at it. We will do a demo, and then once again we look at the purpose, what would have happened, and then once again we'll have a look at the further demo. Now, for example, if I want to know if my computer is connected to the internet or not, everybody would say, okay, fine, let's ping and find out. So how do we do this ping, and why should we do this ping? So I need to know this is purely for my demonstration purpose. I am ensuring the command is called as ipconfig and the option is called as flush DNS. Okay. Now what is this DNS? We will go to slowly look at it. What is the output? You are able to see Windows IP configuration successfully flushed the DNS resolver cache, which means clearly it says there was a cache which was used for resolving DNS. What is this DNS? Called as domain name services. It is a name resolving mechanism. What do you mean by name resolving mechanism? Let us just take a common example which we use on a daily basis. Mobile phone. In a mobile phone, I don't remember all the mobile phones what is stored there in the mobile phone. I don't remember. I have thousands of numbers. I don't remember everything. But most of the people's name I remember, most of the face I remember. So what do? I would just go down, for example, if I want to call my sister, I'll just give her name. I'll just search for her name. When I just say call my sister's name, you would find that it says calling and my sister's name. But does that really go on with my sister's name? No, there is a name to a number conversion happening, and the number is used for practical purposes. So my sister's number is being called from my mobile phone. So same way, when we talk about like Microsoft.com or Google.co.in, when we talk about a name for the domain, but actually for all purposes you would find that there is an IP address that would be used. Now that resolving domain name to IP address is called as DNS resolve. So let us find out ping-4. I'm not here to talk much about this ping. Let us just understand this as it is. Maybe I'll do a complete session on ping. So there is a name to address conversion done 216.58 to 21.35. Now, is that stored in my machine? Let us just what do you think would have happened? Let's just understand what has happened over here. So requester is my machine and I have just requested to somebody. Let us not bother about who it is. There is an external person outside who knows what is the IP address of google.co.in. So first of all, I have just said a request. Could you please tell me what is the IP address of google.co.in? In this case, I'm saying fm_wua.co.in. So the provider looks into the database and gets the match what is the IP address, and then it sends across to me. So once I know the IP address, then I can send a message to that particular IP address. Could you please reply? So the ping actually happens to the IP address. The data is being sent to the IP address. Prior sending, there is a name to IP address resolving that has happened. So in that case, what else would have happened? Immediately the provider and the requester does this. What is that? They store a copy of the pair. The name of the IP address, that is the name of the domain, and the IP address pair is stored locally with them. So that if some other requester is asking for the same fm_wua.co.in, it need not go down to the database access. It can take it from a local copy and give it across. Similarly, my machine who had asked for google.co.in should have stored that address, so that if I have to get the address once again, then I don't have to talk to the server. I can get it from the local copy. Did I show you that? No, I did not show you that. Let us find out. Let's go back and look at that once again. So that would be much better for us. So remember, flush it, ping it, and then try to find out. You can also see like the IP address has changed. All these things have to be noted so that you can ask questions to us and then we can explain to you. Last time it was 216.58.221.35, but now it is 172.217.167.3. Now, once you know this, then you would know why is this, let us say, display DNS. Now you can see here google.co.in is stored and its IP address is 172.217.167.3. So this is exactly what is called as the caching, where it helps us in working better. So what is the concept of a cache? It's a very simple thing. In between sender and the receiver, in between the service requester and the service provider, if there is a memory which helps them to perform better, and that memory will be called as cache. It can be a simple hard disk, it can be maybe an electronic device also to store it. So it is not that once you talk about cache, it need not be, people immediately they say it is an SRAM type. It need not be here. It is just stored in my hard disk. It's a concept. What's the concept? Between the requester and the provider, if there is a piece of memory which helps them to perform better, that would be called as cache. So cache can be used for browsers, cache can be used for web servers, cache can be used by CPU, cache can be used by hard disk, and so on. For example, let us just have a look at this. Can we just have a think of an application in our mobile phone? Let's just think about it. In my mobile phone, if I have installed Truecaller, and if there is a unknown number calling me, Truecaller app immediately finds out the name of the caller and it says this person wants to talk to you. Now you can choose whether you need to talk or not. Now I say, for example, I decide to speak and I just speak and I just disconnect. I have not stored the number once again. Couple of days down the line, if the same number, the same person is calling me, now let's look at from the point of view of that app. That application, either now it can go down to the server, once again get the name and show it to me. One option. Second option is, if that number and if that name is stored not in my contact list but in the data of that application, then instead of going once again to the server, it can immediately fetch from my mobile phone and show the name of the person. Second one, in case if it is done, that is called as caching. So you can see when you start looking at it, you would find a lot of ideas would come down. That is going to be the objective of this. Let us just have a look at one more example. Google. How does Google work? Whenever a new website is being sought by a user, immediately Google does a cache of those pages. Immediately it will cache it. What is the purpose? Is it to make a copy? No, it is to help the web server as well as us, so that it takes the load, and next time, in case for some good bad reason, if the web server is busy, if the web server is not available, immediately Google will ask us, would you like to have a look from the cache which I have? So immediately we can choose yes, and it will just serve. So you can see caching is just in between. Live, there is a person who is holding the web page, and on the other side there is a requester. And if Google has a piece of place where it can store, that is called as cache. So remember, the objective was not to talk about entirety about cache. It is to make you people comfortable. Yes, understanding cache is not a difficult proposition. So we have just seeded. It's your responsibility to nurture and grow it into a smaller plant, a bigger plant, and in case if required, you can grow it into a tree. Every single topic, this is the responsibility of us. So we want every video, whatever is going to be released, please have a look at it. Of course, if you have any questions, you can always send it across to us and we will try to get it done as soon as possible. Thank you for viewing. Continue your viewing.